Hello everyone, welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar. Now with you with the area of AFM. Okay everyone, if this session is helpful for you, then please go ahead and like it first of all and share it among your peers, because it is very important that we keep on sharing the most important information about all these important classes and the important topics that we have taken up among your peers who are also preparing for the same examination. Acha, we were talking about YTM in the previous class, which is also known as yield to maturity. That means the income that we need to have till the time we reach the portion of maturity. है ना? This is what we look forward to. So YTM is referred to that particular amount. So let's talk about it. What is the characteristic of fixed rate bonds? Variable coupon throughout the bond's life, coupon linked to a reference rate, or coupon that remains constant issued at a discount to par value. What would it be, everyone? Fixed rate bonds. The bonds which have been having what fixed, everyone? The bonds which have a defined rate, or this rate is also called coupon. So when we define coupon, the answer is going to be where the coupon remains the same. That is, the coupon remains constant. Constant means it remains the same. What is the feature for floating rates notes, everyone? FRNs are basically, okay, let's just talk about it and then I'll let you know about the answer as well. Fixed rate coupons, or coupon linked to a reference rate, issued at a discount or par value, or pay no regular interest. Acha everyone, floating means, how do we define the term floating? Floating means that keeps on changing, है ना? Anything which does not remain constant is something that we can define as floating rate notes. And if you're defining the floating rate notes, it is basically coupon linked to a specific reference rate. And this keeps on varying. Done, everyone? That's the answer for this question. Acha, how does a zero coupon bond differ from other bonds? See, there are two kinds of bonds. So there are different kinds of bonds, but let's talk about coupon rated bonds and if they say zero coupon rated bonds. Does this mean there is no interest? Obviously, this cannot happen. Why? Because if you give me 100 rupees and I give you back 100 rupees, what are you making out of it? Nothing. And if you're making nothing out of it, what's the benefit? I don't think then there is any benefit of doing that particular transaction anymore. To do a transaction, what would be the stronger reason? To do a specific transaction, the stronger reason would be that we are looking forward towards the portion of increasing our income. है ना? If we cannot receive any income, then it's just not worth it. Right, everyone? That is the basic thing that we'll think of. So technically, when we talk about this specific point, the basic things that we look forward to is any kind of income we are generating. Coupon rate means where there's an interest rate which is already defined, right? And if that interest rate is not already defined, what else will we do? When it is already not defined, the very next thing that we'll do is the company can issue two kinds of bonds. 12% bonds. That means the interest rate is 12%. Zero coupon means issued at a deep discount. Issued at a deep discount. Maybe issued at 87 rupees and given rupees 100. Technically, you are getting 13% here of your face value, everyone. So can we say zero coupon bonds have No regular interest payment, or these are issued at a premium to par value? No. Coupon linked to a reference rate? No. Do they pay regular interest? Zero coupon. It itself says that there is no interest. There is no regular interest payment. Acha. How are zero coupon bonds usually taxed? How are they taxed, everyone? How do you put tax on it? Taxed on a higher rate of interest than other bonds, tax as a regular income, tax as capital gains, or taxed as interest rate rolled up to maturity. Zero coupon bonds are everything. Acha, everyone, whenever you sell or a particular thing reaches up to a maturity period, this is not only for bonds, this is for every investment. After a certain period of time, you will receive money. Okay? So, when we receive this money, then this is normally when you either sell it before time or at the time of maturity when company makes a repayment. This is where you receive income which is subjected to tax. Done. So in this case, the correct answer is taxed as interest rolled up to maturity. Next point. Which type of bond is linked to the reference rate, such as alternate reference rate? Fixed rate bonds, zero coupon, floating, or secured? Let's talk about each and every bond as well now. Fixed rate bonds has a specific rate of interest which is already defined, right? Then the next point is, if this is already determined, what's the next point that we need? Zero coupon is basically what? There is no interest, just a major discount, and that is the form of income that you're receiving. Floating rate notes are basically there is a floating rate, the market rate, their reference rate, which it is related to because it changes the uh, rate that we are charging also changes. Secured bonds, when the bonds are related to some kind of security. है ना? So in this case, what's going to be the answer? The answer is floating rate bonds or floating rate notes. The other name of FRN is ARR. Okay, this is basically, we talked about alternate reference rate. Now, this is the rate that they choose in terms of making the variations. Acha, next point. What characterizes high yield bonds, commonly known as junk bonds, rated above investment grade by credit rating agencies, issued by government entities, rated below the investment grade by credit rating agencies, have a lower yield than investment grade bonds? What would be the answer, everyone? Okay. What characterize the high yield bonds? Junk bonds are basically the ones which is basically related to the area of how do we define junk? Junk is basically the ones which can have a major amount of income, but there is too much of risk involved in it. So obviously people know that when they receive money, it would be a huge amount of money. But why would we try to put up a huge amount of what should I say, risk for it? है ना? So basically these are risky bonds, but once they pay, they you pay you good, but the risk is so much. Again, I'm using the term risk. So obviously when you talk about these risky areas, they are rated below investment grade by credit agencies. That's the truth. Okay, they are rated below investment grade by the credit rating agencies. What distinguishes perpetual bonds or perps from other bonds? But perpetual means which has endless life, a very long life, I would say. So in this case, These have what? Have a lower priority in case of liquidation, backed by cash flow for mortgages. There is no maturity date or pay no regular interest. Okay, when we talk about perps or perpetual bonds are specifically those kind of bonds which are related to the area of perpetual means till the time the company isn't dying, na, we are not paying it. They have a low priority on liquidation? No. Uh, these kind of organizations have been defined in a specific way that they have till the time the organization is alive. These bonds are not paid. These are called perps. So when we defined perps, how can we specify it? Perps have no maturity date. They have no specific maturity date. What is a characteristic of a bearer bonds, everyone? Bearer means, we have talked about the bearer in the previous class as well. Bearer bond means a bond which has no specific amount, no specific name specified. Okay, registered by a number to prevent counterfeiting. Counterfeiting is basically to create a copy. Backed up by mortgages, secured ones, callable by the issuer. They are callable bonds issued without the named holder and can be claimed by the person with the paper certificate. So correct answer is bearer means which has no specific name. The answer is D. What is the term for bonds that have a low priority than other bonds of the issuer in the case of liquidation? When the company is dying, these bonds are like, acha theek hai, we'll pay them, but not right now. We haven't decided whom we are paying and by what time we'll be paying. Convertible bonds, perpetual bonds, subordinated or bearer. In case of liquidation, those are subordinated bonds. The bonds which are basically given a priority but after other bonds. So matlab it's a bond which would be paid off, but the others would be paid off first and then the payment would be made to this one. ठीक है जी. अच्छा, a practical question. A bond of face value 1000 with a coupon rate of 12%, maturity for 6 years. Matlab the initial investment is of rupees 1000 ji. Then we have interest rate. How do we define interest, everyone? It is 120 for 6 long years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is 120 for 6 years and the YTM is 10%. Matlab I can say this is 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.621. Rest, I think I will have to calculate it for you because these are the ones which I remember by heart already. How do we calculate this amount, everyone? In case you do not know, what you can do is please open up your calculators and do as stated. First of all, you pick up this specific point that you have 10% YTM. So what you need to do is 1 divided by 1.10. How did we reach 1.10? This is 100 plus 10%. Sorry, 1 plus 10%. You just write 1 and plus 10%. That gives you 1.1. So 1 then divided by 1.1. First it will give you 0.909. Click on it again. It gives you 826. Click on it again. It gives you 751. Then it gives, 6, 8, 3. Then the next one is 6, 2, 1. And the last one is 0.564. Then either you multiply it individually or you total all these. You just have to do the total and then multiply it by 120. The total plus In the last year, in the 6th year, you will not only receive this 120 rupees, you will also receive back the 1000 rupees that you have invested. So technically it's going to be 1000 multiplied by 0.564. So what's going to be the answer in this case? The answer is going to be rupees 1000, everyone. Okay? So you have to add up all of these. 0.909 plus 0.826 plus 0.751 plus 0.683 plus 0.621 plus 0.564, 4.354. So technically in this case it's going to be 4.354. And when you multiply these individually, you will get the answer of 1000 rupees. Done? Acha. What option like features allow the issuer to repay the bond before the maturity date? Can we pay the bond before the maturity date, everyone? Yes, we can do that. Is it put option, call option, inflation indexation, or convertibility? It is call option, where the company, C for company, C for call. Company can repay the money to the investors as and when bank wants to do it. The investor, the company wants to do it, either if it wants to pay before time. Okay? And when you do this, you also get rebates as well. Right? Now, this is a portion where we talk about the bonds there. Now, when we talk about callable bonds, this is where the issuer of the bonds says that if I get the money before time, na, I'll pay you before time. And normally, I don't think investor will have any problem, because if the money matures, he can put it somewhere else. So he's all sorted ki theek hai na, if I'll be receiving the money, I can put it somewhere else as well. There is no hard and fast rule that I have to do this with my money or that with my money. Hai na? Okay. Oh. This question doesn't have the portion of solution options there, so let's just discuss it. A bond whose par value is rupees 1000 bears a coupon rate of 12% and has a maturity of 3 years. So technically the interest rate is of 120 rupees, that is for 3 years, and after 3 years you will also receive back the rupees 1000 again. The coupon rate of interest is 10%. How do we look forward to it, everyone? First of all, the interest rate of 120 is for 3 years, है ना? So you do the PVIFA for 3 years. In the third year, the value comes out to be 0.751 even. Kindly refer the previous table which I had prepared, where we talk about 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, all those things. Huh? So this is for the value for the third year, and this is where you will find the particular details of it as well. And the answer will come out to be 1049.44. Everyone, it started with 1000 rupees. Right now it has reached to 1049.44. Right? So this is the value of the bond. Chali, that's it for the day, everyone. I hope this particular session was beneficial for you. If it was, then please go ahead and like it. It was a precise session which was taken specifically keeping in mind the topic of YTM, which is a super duper important topic for the examination. है ना? So before I end my session, let's reach out to our website first. This is our website, www.adda247.com. Go on to our website, go on to the area of JIB and CIB, then go on to the area of JIB May 2024, where you will find the double validity is going on our Mahapack. Along with this, our resolution batch is also out. So you can take up the JIB Mahapack 2.0 along with the area of resolution batch. Overall, JIB Mahapack includes both bilingual and English medium batches, while if you take up only the English medium batch, you will not be able to access to the other courses which are there in bilingual. ठीक है. Then secondly, in both the areas you get ebooks, so both the areas you will get anything which everything which is related to this particular examination, everything would be available as per the examination itself. If you take up the double validity code right now, all you need to do is use the code Y541 and you will get the maximum discount. Apply it and you will get a discount of 6298.95. This is for 1 year. You just have to pay 6298.95. Right, so you can use this particular code and get yourself our Mahapack as early as possible. Please enroll yourself before time so that you can avail this offer.